Welcome to Drippin Reactions, a little sidestep from our usual podcast where we tell you about society's malfunctions and what we're going to do to them and what we think of them. Sitting here again with Jess.
Hi.
She's got some very powerful opinions.
Yes.
Yeah, so quite opposing to mine, so it's kind of interesting. So that being said, let's get on.
And that plays a huge role. I'm really glad you brought this up, because that plays a huge role as to what women think they deserve. So unfortunately, a woman that's average looking to maybe a little above average looking has the same sexual marketplace value and pull as a guy that's damn near a celebrity. Why? Because of the advent of the internet, Instagram, etc. An average girl can hang out with extraordinary men. That plays a huge role in their psyche of what they think they deserve and the type of man that they think they're capable of attracting. But what they make the mistake of doing is they think just because I can attract this guy doesn't necessarily mean they can retain that guy. But that plays a huge role because girls think they deserve best. And that plays a huge...
Okay, I'll let you go first on this one.
Okay. So, obviously it says women think they know what they deserve and all this lot. I don't think it's an overall thing with women. I think each woman is different in what they think they deserve. Because a lot of women nowadays are quite, what's the word? They're quite, vulnerable and insecure about themselves because of social media.
Yeah, okay.
So it kind of varies on that whole thing of what they think they deserve, because there are some women out there who don't think they deserve a lot because they don't think they fit into society's standards of how they look. So they think they deserve less, which is why you'll find a lot more women are in more like toxic relationships, because they think they deserve that based on society's standards of what they've seen online.
And trauma bonding.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whereas, and I'm going to use myself as an example, I am quite a headstrong woman. I am overly narcissistic about myself. I have a very, very high ego and a high opinion of myself. But I know all of this anyway. I don't expect people to bring themselves down to my level. I do think I am higher than some people.
Okay.
I think I'm better than some women, and I openly admit to that. But in a relationship, I don't look for somebody to come down to my level. I look for somebody who can, I don't want to go down in level. I expect somebody to meet me there. Not be as high in standards at all, but to meet me at that level of, I understand you, and all of this kind of, not be better than me, but not be lower than me, to meet me at that level.
Yeah.
But then you've got toxic narcissism.
Yeah.
Which there are women out there who believe that they deserve better than everybody else.
Yeah.
In every single form and every single sense.
Yeah.
But the problem with those women is they will not admit to being a narcissist.
Yes. Do you think that they know deep inside?
Yeah. Yeah. I've met some of these people.
Okay, maybe you can help me with this then.
Okay.
If they know deep inside, we do know, don't we, that women have this uncanny ability of self-delusion.
Yes.
Yeah? When does it end? Is there ever a day that comes when they're going to sit there and they've been doing this, I call it like a great white shark, because the great white shark can only swim forward, it can't swim back, otherwise it dies. Yeah? So for me, that's what narcissists are like.
Yeah.
So they just keep going forward and keep going forward, doing it more, hurting more people.
Yeah.
Does there ever come a day when the woman sits there and says, I was completely wrong with what I did to that guy, or he had a complete point and I know quite well? Does that ever happen?
Not that I don't know if it happened, not that I've seen. So the people that I know with this form of toxic narcissism, which I've obviously, because there can be good narcissism. I feel like I'm quite a,
yeah.
Well, in
I think that the term narcissism means extreme.
Yeah, the term narcissism is very, I think, egotistical, and sometimes they get put out there as a bad thing, but I think sometimes they can be good. But this toxic form of narcissism, when they realise they've done wrong, they will never admit it.
Yeah.
Not to anybody, whether they figure that out in their heads or not. But what I have found is they just don't bring it up. ever again. And if the topic is brought up, they'll change the subject instantaneously.
Yeah, okay. I had this really weird situation that happened with me, with my ex. I can't remember exactly what the situation was, but she'd done something out of order. Maybe okay, I'm just going to give you an example.
Okay.
Let's say, for example, she totally over-flirted with a guy.
Yeah.
I explain to her why it's wrong. She doesn't see it. I flip it and reverse it.
Yeah.
I say, if I did this, blah, 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 how would you feel? And then she admitted it and said, yeah, do you know what? Yeah, you're right. That's out of order. She went upstairs, put her jacket on because we were going out, came downstairs and had a go at me again. Like that conversation never happened. Like for a second, she assimilated the information where, God, I did something wrong there. And then just in that short distance of going up the stairs and down again, complete deletion.
Okay, well, I saw a thing recently which kind of plays into this. I don't know if they're doing a study into it or it's already been done, but that for women, and it's the reason I stumbled across it is because it's also found a lot more in women with ADHD. Whenever they argue or get into a fight, it's dopamine. It releases dopamine.
Yes.
And
yeah, that's the kind of trauma bonding thing as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I found that recently, and I went, "Oh my God, so much makes sense in my life."
Yeah.
Because the amount of times that I didn't start an argument, but I went into a room knowing I was going to have an argument, and it made me feel good having that argument.
Yes, I've seen it. Yeah, and I know of the phenomenon. Yeah.
At the time, I just thought it felt good because I was getting everything out that I wanted to say.
Yeah.
But now looking back, it's like no, it releases a rush of dopamine.
Yes.
Whenever you have an argument or even a physical alteration with somebody.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah. That's right. 100%. Yeah. So you have these relationships where everything can be going okay, and because they're not getting that dopamine, they've got to create some kind of drama, which is why they're addicted to drama.
Yeah.
Because, like, for example, that's why like a lot of women love drama films, because I think, what was the one ages ago? I don't know if it's still on now, EastEnders or something.
Oh yeah, they're always still going. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
The nightly soaps.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Soaps. Yeah. Okay. So women would absolutely love the soaps because that's what it releases for them in the brain. They're not here. They're in the TV. They become Jane on the TV, and they're like feeling all that stuff. And then it even happens in the relationship with the guy. The guy could be sitting there on the computer, minding his own business, doing his thing, typing away, and she'll go past and she'll know quite well that this is his seat. This is what he usually sits on in the household of the family. This is his seat. That's where he sits. Yeah. I'm not saying he's the head of the family, although he should be, but that's his seat. Okay. Yeah. So she'll come out the kitchen and she'll watch him on the computer, and then she knows quite well something's going to start on the TV and he's going to quit in a minute. She'll go and she'll sit in his seat, and he'll come out and he'll look at her, and she's waiting for him to say, "Can you move out the seat?" So she can get into an argument to get that release.
It's the other way around in my household.
Well,
I have my specific on the couch. I have a specific spot.
Yeah.
It's got my blanket. It's got my hot water. It's got everything by my side where I need it. And my husband will come in and purposely sit in my seat, and I'm like, move. and I know when he wants to annoy me, because he'll just go, no. And I don't. Obviously, I think it's quite a joking thing with us. It'll never get heated.
Yeah. But
it's quite, and it's like I said, this makes our relationship absolutely crazy, because if I'm having a bad day, that will cheer me up.
Wow.
Because
you mean what he does will cheer you up? Of course, yeah.
I'll just go, move, and I'll just go, no, and I'm like,
yeah.
Well, you don't move, and he's like, no, and it's that back and forth. It's not an argument.
Yeah, used to it good. Used to it good, man. Yeah.
it cheers me up. I'm like, yeah, I'm saying no.
Yeah, but what he's saying, I'm seeing it now. I'm sorry to put a number on girls. Am I sorry to put a number on girls? I'm sorry to put a number on girls.
Yeah.
But let's say if you've got a girl who's a 5.
Yeah.
The girl that means that you're average. There's nothing wrong with being average. Mm-hmm. There are many aspects in my life that I am average at, and I'm very happy about that. That's good. That's fine. That's good. Yeah. So this girl's a 5. So if she wants to date someone, he can be a 5 or a 6. But because of their social media and the filters, what we talked about last time, a girl can put a face full of makeup on. I mean, I've seen it to the extent where I've seen these TikToks where these girls are talking someone says, like, somebody came up to me the other day and said to me, "You're ugly," and I was like, "Where?" And she's gorgeous looking.
Yeah.
And then she goes, "Oh yeah, actually, you got a point." And when she clicked, she's got no makeup on. Yeah. And I was like, "Oh my god, yeah." So women have got this ability to do that. All women these days are professional photographers. I mean, back in the day, you had to go to university and do some serious work experience to become a photographer. But now, goddamn, they got the lighting sorted, they got the positioning, the angle, and everything. Yeah, they can generate the most perfect photo of themselves, and that's what they're putting out there. So any man that wants to text them, he's not seeing them when they wake up. He's not seeing them when they finish work. They're not seeing them when they get out the shower. They're seeing just that picture. So he looks at it and thinks, "God damn, that girl's all right." You'll send her a text message. But these guys are earning. They've got a lot of money. So, like he said, the women are conflating that with, I can get this guy with, I can keep this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, when I say about the women's delusion, I don't know if it's some kind of psychological defense or coping mechanism. I'll have to really have a good research and look into that. But they delude themselves to the point where they believe that they can get and keep these people. So Joe Next Door isn't good enough.
I've seen it firsthand. A friend of mine, well, not friends anymore because I called her out on this exact thing, telling me that she's dating somebody. This person that she would never tell me who. I knew for a fact she was lying about dating a celebrity that she really liked. Now, I let it go for a while because I thought there's no harm in it. You know, at that current moment in time, there was no harm in it.
Yeah.
Until it started getting to the point where she was telling other people, I called her out. And I said, "We both know this isn't true. We both know you're lying about this. And you need to stop." And she was like, no, I'm not lying. I'm like, "You have no proof of anything." I was like, "No offence." And at the time, she was 16. This celebrity was 20 years old. And that is also a felony.
Right, yeah.
I was like, look, I'm not being funny, but never in a million years would that actually happen.
What kind of celebrity? Footballer or something?
TV.
Uh-huh. Whoa.
TV.
Okay.
Not a big one.
Yeah.
But enough where, you know, it could, if all I was thinking of, because I've worked with celebrities on films and things like that, they're people at the end of the day, no matter the status. Yeah. They're people.
Yeah.
And a lot of the time, they're lovely people.
Yeah.
They're so kind-hearted, down to earth. And all I was thinking was, if something of this gets out on social media, all it takes is for somebody to catch a glance of this, and his career's over.
Yeah.
Whether it's true or fake.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally. Yeah.
It's damaging, is what it is. Because even if she was lying, or whether she was telling the truth, or whatever, if something like that got out, she was 16 years old and he was 20, it would have destroyed his career.
Yeah, totally.
100%.
Yeah. And it still could.
And it's
way it is now.
It still could.
Yeah.
And I tried. I'm quite a reasonable person. I understand this. Look, if you've got a lot going on and you're just in your own head, I said, you know, you're making stuff up in your head to escape the reality. Because I've seen that before.
Yeah.
So people get in their own head to escape whatever reality they want to be in. Like, but if you go online and you start saying, "This person's my boyfriend, we've been together for this long," that is delusional. You need to go see a therapist.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because not only is it damaging your life, it's going to damage somebody else's.
Yeah.
So it can get to the point of very worrying.
Yeah. And it's the way social media is today, it's evil.
Yeah.
As in, like, for example, Kevin Spacey.
Yeah.
Okay, we all heard for a long time about how he was like some kind of a sexual assault thingy. He grabbed 4 guys and stuff.
There's a lot.
It's just turned out that he's been exonerated of everything.
Yeah.
It was all not true, it was all lies. But I was talking to a few people about this and everyone was like, "Oh really? Oh, I didn't know that." Why is it that social media are telling everyone and their dogs and their budgies that Kevin Spacey's this and that and the other, and then when they come out and find out that it's wrong,
nobody cares.
You get like a little 5-minute media thing and that's it.
There is no media publication on whether it's factual or not. It's just these allegations are against this person.
Yeah.
And that's all they'll repeat over and over and over again. And you're like, okay, well, has there been an investigation? And has there been this? And has there been this? And I remember having a conversation with a friend of mine, because we go to a lot of Comic-Cons.
Yeah.
Quite nerdy.
Yeah,
And
cool.
a Comic-Con refused to take a guest out because he was marked as an alleged. And a lot of people got really, really annoyed
Because
about
he was
this.
what?
He was an alleged
Oh,
sexual.
okay, yeah. Okay.
And the Comic-Con refused to take him out of the guest list. And a lot of people got very angry.
Yeah.
And I went, but it's alleged. There's not even an investigation. I said, I'm not being funny, but he would have been dropped by all PR teams, his agent, he would have been dropped by anything if there was even a speculation. I said, it's just media
Yeah.
and young girls trying
Yeah.
to get out there in the media.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that it's all cases, because it's not, but there is a much higher case now of people fraudulently going, I've been offended, than there is not.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
hate saying it, because there are women out there who have been offended and nothing gets done about it.
Yeah.
But it's because all of these false allegations, the
Exactly.
real victims can't go forward.
Exactly. That's me too. Exactly. They've just destroyed it for everyone.
Yeah.
All of these lies and everything else, like, but terrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, these the social media is just, it also creates narcissism and narcissistic behavior.
Yes.
Constantly looking at likes and likes. It's like I don't know if the lack of religion could have a hand in it, but it's like religion's pretty much dead, and people are seeing themselves as God now.
Yeah.
They worship
God
themselves.
complex. Yeah.
Yes, they worship themselves, and how many likes, how many follows,
Yeah.
how many this, that, and the other, and then that as well feeds into the delusion as well. If a girl's got like 16,000 followers, do you know what? I should actually have brought it up. But there was a TikTok I saw the other day of a girl on a plane, and she was a pretty girl. She had a lot of surgery done, a lot of surgery.
Yeah.
But she was still okay. And she's getting through off the plane. And as she's walking down the aisle, someone's sitting there filming it, as you do. So she's filming it, and she's giving crap to this person, crap to that person. And then when she passes the person with the phone, she goes, yeah, record me, you loser. Record me, I'm Instagram famous.
It doesn't mean anything. And does not mean anything. You can buy those verifications now.
Yeah. But that's how much deluded I can totally alter my behaviour, and I'm so head and shoulders above everyone else because I've got quite a few
I've got
people
a
that
tick on my
like
Instagram.
me. Yeah, crazy, you know.
Crap.
What else?
Yeah, that going back to the whole thing of religion, I was speaking to somebody who's quite spiritual the other day, and he said he doesn't believe in anything, but he does believe in, being spiritual and meditating and all this stuff. And he said, what do you believe in? I said, look, I'm not being funny. I said, I don't believe in much. I went, that's just because I've seen a lot of bad things in the world. I said, it's hard to do that. I went, I'm not going to say I believe in myself. I went, because that will give me a God complex. I went, but I know that if I want to do something, I will do it. I will get it done myself. I said, there is nothing stopping me from achieving what I want to achieve. But there are some people out there who will go, I'm going to sit back and I'm going to believe in myself and everything will do, but they don't actually put the work in to do it.
Yeah.
And it's very annoying because then I will get mixed up with this group of people who I have a God complex. I'm like, no. I just believe in myself in a motivational way to do the work. You believe in yourself and you believe everything's going to come true because you're the best person you ever think.
I used to be religious. I was raised that way.
Yeah.
But I saw a lot of things. And it wasn't even the things that I saw because I understand what the world is.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't so much that. It was more so the contradictions in the actual Bible and stuff.
Yeah.
It was the contradictions between what gets said here, what gets said there. I won't go into it or nothing like that. But so I think that's one for our Blurry of Everything podcast, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going into the deep part of religion,
Yeah.
We've created a generation of narcissistic women. What's happened is the rise of social media and the rise of online dating and the rise of feminism has taught women that they are not to blame for any poor choices. Every poor choice is glamorized. So if you want to be a sex worker, it's great. If you want to post in bikini pictures online, it's fine. Every poor choice is glamorized, and every internal reflection is seen as gaslighting yourself. So they've even got terms for internal reflection to prevent it happening. So what will happen is they are trained to not reflect on themselves because we've been told we've been oppressed for so many years. Now it's time to make sure we project, and so we don't take any accountability. And as a result, when we get into relationships, if we don't feel completely soothed all the time, he must be a narcissist, he must be a manipulator, he must be gaslighting, he, rather than I. And unfortunately, we've got an online market that caters to that wounded woman, that caters to that entitled woman, and caters to that narcissistic woman. And it's so wild to me that so many women talk about narcissism, but the society today is just catering to narcissistic women.
We've created a generation of narcissists.
Ooh, Sadia Khan, wow, lay it down, lady. Wow, she's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And everything she said there was golden.
Yes.
Absolute golden. Absolute golden. It's about how social media have ruined
It has ruined the average woman, because there is no such thing as an average woman anymore, because everyone thinks they fit into these new standards.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And it's like the whole feminist thing. I used to go around going, I'm a feminist, but the rules of feminism have changed so much now. What can you label as a feminist?
It changed, didn't it? Because it was like feminism, which is equal opportunities.
It's not equal though, is it?
No, but then it changed to toxic femininity. Yeah, toxic feminism, which is, no, we're not happy with equal, we want superiority.
Yeah.
And all the laws have been put in place now to enforce that superiority.
Yeah. So it's...
And what she's saying as well, she's right about being rewarded. Like, for example, I don't have an OnlyFans, do you?
No.
No? Okay, right. No. Great, okay, you got that reaction. Now, I'm sorry, but OnlyFans is a net negative.
Yeah.
I understand that women can get money from it, but then, funny enough, the average wage from OnlyFans is $180 a month. It's only the 10% of people who make loads of money.
Yeah, and it's frustrating because all you see is that 10% who make loads and loads of money, and then you've got young women going on there thinking they could get the exact same,
destroying their lives.
A lot of these, and I hate to be negative towards women, because obviously my whole thing is, you stand with women to help raise them up and make them more confident in themselves. But the women who are in this 10% and make a lot of money have had surgeries, and they properly edit their photos, and that is not true to women. This is why young girls now are struggling so much with image.
Yes. Yeah.
Because they're seeing all of it, and they're going on TikTok, and they're like, oh, this woman goes online and takes photos of herself and puts it on the internet.
Yeah. Well, 10 years ago, 1 in 4 women were on some kind of medication for mental health. That was 10 years ago.
That was me.
Okay.
That was me.
Imagine what the statistic is today. Yeah. And it's absolutely terrible, because this OnlyFans thing, it's not good. It's not good, because these women are the most beautiful thing in existence. Mm-hmm. Better than the red sky at night. Better than a vision of the moon from Saturn. Women are the most beautiful thing. That's why men go crazy. That's why wars are fought. Yeah. That's why people go to hospital. Do you know what I mean? Because women are the most beautiful thing in the world. And to go and do OnlyFans, it's in stark opposition. It's bad. It's bad news. And not to mention the effect it has on men as well.
Yeah. I've always been against it. Obviously, there's a joke in my household, start an OnlyFans. But I'm like, no. It's, to me, personally, it would be degrading to put myself out there in that sense, because what am I getting out of it? Absolutely nothing, other than money and validation, which I've done absolutely nothing for. And it's I hate it so much, but I also see that the toll it takes on women out there going, I'm going to start up an OnlyFans to make some money on the side because I'm really struggling in my job. And you see it all the time now, where they're like, oh, wait, if I can, these people are making loads of money, I'll join OnlyFans and then I'll make the same amount of money, and then I can quit my job, and then they get into the ideology of, I don't have to work, I can just go online all day.
Well, there's a saying, isn't it? if it's a lie, women buy.
Yeah.
Women buy into all kinds of stuff like that. You've seen a myriad of these bloody skin things that you put on. Oh, it's guaranteed to reverse the aging and wrinkles. The manufacturers are laughing all the way to the bank.
Oh, yeah.
Because it doesn't do
I actually saw something about that. There's some women got absolutely fed up with it. Absolutely fed up with constant new products. Skin, because some women do just want to go out there and improve their skin. Men do it as well. But for women, it's so hard to go out there now and actually find products, even like...
Yeah, because you have to wade through the amount of different products, which are just like basically just moisturiser with a little tiny bit of this in it, and then we're saying it's this, that, and
Yeah. So some women have actually gone out there and made an app now, so you can scan it and see how good and bad it is for your health.
Okay.
And what they actually went out and they scanned a lot of the top leading brands, and they were worse. They were so negative towards your skin.
No way.
And it was a money thing, and you see all these women now going, "No, it's crap, get rid of that." And it's such like a mental thing of women want to wear makeup and look pretty because that's the standard, and then people are making more money off of that.
Yeah, of course, yeah. But with the same social media thing, right? It's not just the women; men are to blame too.
Oh yeah.
I think you see these guys who are sending these messages. They're infecting these women. Yeah. They're the start of it. Yeah. These guys, okay, I'll use quite a big example, a far example. You got a guy in Saudi Arabia and he sends a DM to some girl living in Liverpool. Do you want to come on a boat, come to Saudi with me, come and chill? And she looks all right. Yeah. He'll get over there and you know what's going to happen. And then she comes back and now that's the only calibre of guy that she can get. Yeah. But he caused that delusion. Yeah. That was him that did it. That was him. And the other end of the scale is also the simps, the men who are sitting there. I mean, I don't understand why guys do this. I could be on my Instagram and I'm telling you now, I don't look for naked women. Yeah. I don't even know the names of these naked women. I don't know. If I go on a search on Instagram, I'm looking for someone in specific that I can't be bothered going through who I'm following or who follows me to find them. Yeah. So I'll type the name and usually they come on the top. Yeah. The minute I press the search icon, naked women all over the place, loads.
Yeah. So my husband, he has this problem with his Instagram, right? And his home screen, he's very much a gamer and he doesn't use social media a lot. I think he's got like one photo on his Instagram. And he just scrolls through, it's all friends. Yeah. He goes on the search, naked women, because he's never really used the search function to adapt it to his likes. And every single time, but like you can imagine, my brainwaves the first time I saw that, I was like, why have you got half naked women on your Instagram?
Yeah, I got it a while ago as well. Like, but the thing is I'll do that. So I'll go on it. Naked women will come up, yeah? What is the guy thinking? What the hell is this guy thinking to the point where I want to assault him? Yeah. I really want to assault him. What is he thinking? That he sees this naked woman, full of tattoos, pure airbrushed picture, gorgeous reddish hair, kind of looks like Scarlett Johansson meets Wonder Woman meets Britney Spears and meets an Amazon, and it's like, oh my God. And then he goes on that picture and it's a woman's profile. This is the woman. What is he thinking? To like, and not only like, but to also write, yeah, you're absolutely amazing, you. Does he think that the woman's going to go through 10,000 things, zone in on his one and go, oh my God, this guy said the same thing as everyone else has said, but I like him. DM, hi, where do you live? I'd like to have a relationship with you.
It doesn't happen.
No, it doesn't happen.
I'll tell you what, the only times I ever comment on things on Instagram is if it's my personal friends that I know well. Yeah. I will not go on to somebody random who I don't know and go, oh, beautiful picture, you look absolutely amazing, because I don't know them. Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. And they're what's feeding it as well. Yeah. So you got these women who've got the rich guys getting in touch with them, and you've got the simps who are doing this. But I'd love to know, I'd pay money to know, what are you thinking? Yeah, what goes through your head when you see that message? Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah. Absolutely crazy. But like at the same time, I think some women enjoy those messages. I think of course. So enjoy those messages. That's what it's for. Yeah. That's what it's for. Of course. Yeah. They sit there and they're scrolling through. They're like, oh my God, everybody loves me. Everybody loves this photo that I spent like 5 hours editing and all this lot. And then, but what's frustrating to me is I put a lot of time into like the work that I do, so on my YouTube, and I'll go onto it, And I get a hate comment. I'm like, hold on a minute. I've spent so much time.
Believe me, I get it. I get it. I've got the same picture. I never, if you go on my own personal Instagram, it's not very populated because it's always to do with the filming company or to do with now Drippin. But on my own one, I've posted once in a blue moon a picture and it's me like pushing a wall and I've got like, my back is just like boom, 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 all over my back. And I sent something on I wrote it, Santa Claus has got a sense of humour. I asked him for a set of abs and he gave me them. And at the bottom, in my back. Yeah. And then I got pure comments of people going, like, you're fake. And
oh, wow.
I can't even remember the comments, like, because I was looking at it and I was like, oh my God, what the hell?
Yeah. I used to do, on my YouTube, I stopped doing it because it was just so much work. Every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, I'd post 1 minute of me singing a cover. And you got to think, those videos take so long because I have to record it through my recording software, then just make sure, and it was always classed as a one take, so I'd film it once.
Yeah.
I still have to make sure the level's okay.
Of course, yeah.
And then I have to edit it to the footage.
Yeah.
And I have to do all of that, and I also have to film them. It took so much time, and I would post them, and every now and then it would be like, great, and all this lot, and you're like, okay, cool. Maybe don't do this next time. I'm like, oh my God, I've been sat at this desk for like 5 hours editing to make sure I've got videos in time. And it's so frustrating.
Yeah.
It's like, I read it and I was like, I'm not that bothered. My best friend rang me, she went, do you want me to say something to him? Do you want me to reply? I'm like, no, leave it.
Yeah, I don't like that neither. I mean, I know she's doing you a favour and everything else.
She's being very protective.
When something like that happens, someone might do something and then someone will call me or whatever and prompt me to have a reaction or to do something or whatever else. But I'm halfway with putting it behind now because most of the time it's something that I'm just like, yeah, whatever. I mean, at the end of the day, I know my back looks very good. It's amazing. And I've worked damn hard on it, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if someone says something and it's kind of whatever, it's jealousy. It's like, grow up, mate. And that's it.
Yeah.
But then occasionally someone might say a little bit of a comment that swims around your head for a little bit. It sticks with you. And that's the kind of comment that I hate people calling me saying, such and such said, aren't you going to say, I'm putting it away. I'm getting it out of my head. I don't want it back. Now it's back in my head now. Do you know what I mean?
And like, they go, delete it. And I'm like, well, no, because there's not much point. I'll just leave it there. I've been friends with my mates for like 14 years. So we've known each other from very young. Oh, I'll reply. I'll do this. I'm like, leave it. Let it be. I'm like, I'm fine with it. I said, he's jealous. I was like, it's fine. I said, just leave it.
Yeah.
But it was one of those comments where I'm sat there going, oh yeah, I know I could have done better. And now somebody else has said it. And now I'm like, oh. So it was something that I was very like, I won't say insecure about because everything I post is to like the best I can do.
Yeah.
But it was very much a thing of, oh, well, he said it now. And it was something that I was thinking anyway when I posted it. So now it's just going to sit there.
Yeah, of course, because it resonates, doesn't it?
Yeah. But I was like, I'm going to leave it up because part of me was like, delete it, then nobody sees it. Yeah,
no, you got to leave it. You got to, you got to persevere and just go through it and take it. That's what's got me to this point now. I know quite well when I do lots of these podcasts and it's massive. We've got full house. People are going to say all kinds of negative things. Hell, I've been posting my films for a number of years.
Yeah.
And then people have comments and say, oh, stop doing this or you've done that wrong. And I'm thinking, who are these people?
Yeah.
I mean, like, you probably haven't got like a master's degree in filming. Well, not that you need one or nothing like that, but you probably don't even know what bloody F2 is and what the difference between F2 and F8 is on the bloody, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they've given you all these things and everything like that. Like, but at first I was quite sensitive about it. And now I'm damn near bulletproof, which kind of feeds into, or does it, a question. Is it the social media and me becoming bulletproof? Am I turning narcissistic now?
I think everyone's turning a little bit narcissistic because of it. So my first experience with hate online was people that I knew, if you would believe that. It was people I knew. And it was a post on Facebook, going Facebook official with somebody. And obviously I was 16, 17.
Yeah.
That was a big moment. Going Facebook official with somebody.
Yeah.
Big moment. 76 comments on my post because it was arguments between like and
people love that. That's their engagement, man.
People loved it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, And I'm sat there going, I'm just taking my phone going off. And like, it's people hating on me not getting involved.
Yeah.
I don't think I commented once, unless it was somebody going, oh, you know,
Yeah.
well done for you, girl. I'm like, thanks. And it was people arguing on my behalf.
Yeah.
Back and forth. And it just got to a point where I just went, delete.
Yeah.
No, get out of here.
Yeah. Well, I'm probably baiting the bull here, right? But I've got a rule and a philosophy and an action with all of this stuff when people start, because with the podcasts, I've got to leave the comments open and I've got to obviously read what they're saying and improve and take on board what people are saying, because that's the only way that I'm going to make the platform really, really good for the people who are watching it. So I hope I'm not baiting the bull here, but if anyone says anything bad about me, it doesn't matter what they say, my philosophy is don't engage.
Yeah, I don't
Because there's so many, like Fresh and Fit versus ABBA and Preach, the Roma Army versus Pearl, and they're making hit pieces on each other, getting at each other, and they're going deep, you know. They're going deep, like saying personal stuff. Yeah. And it's if someone says something about me, and then I'll go, okay, yeah, but you don't know what you're on about. So by the way, that video was crap. That's it. The floodgates are open. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So I'm just not going to engage. I'm just going to be looking, not a response, and just carry on. Yeah. That's what I plan to do.
What was it? I was watching a video the other day. I don't know if you've seen it. It'll probably be a very good one for you to watch. Daz Games, very good YouTuber, reacted to Andrew Tate. An hour-long video.
Andrew Tate, like him or hate him?
Dislike.
Love, not about love for you. Love Andrew.
Oh, God. But after that video, he got a lot of hate, as you can imagine. A lot of hate.
Yeah, he's got an army, hasn't he?
Yeah, and his reaction to that was, if all they could do was call me fat, I think I've done a good job.
Yeah, but you know something? Do you know Neon?
No.
Neon's like this little kid. He's about 19, but I think at the time he could have been 17 or 18, and he was on some kind of a pod show with some guy, and there was Andrew Tate, this guy, and Neon, and he really blew up for really, he started really kicking off and screaming at Andrew Tate. He had a SpongeBob t-shirt on.
Probably.
And he's giving Andrew Tate crap, like, and Andrew Tate is sitting there, and after he's giving him loads of crap, like, Andrew Tate says, is that a SpongeBob t-shirt that you've got? Jesus Christ. So he's sitting there thinking, why am I, like, top G, millionaire, whatever, taking crap off a guy who's in his teens wearing a SpongeBob? Yeah. So that's pretty much what he said, and the guy blew up on him and started screaming and everything else. And that got him a lot of attention.
I've got a question for you. What classes as a G? I do not understand the ideology behind it.
I think it's, to be honest with you, I think it's completely outdated now.
Okay.
A G beforehand was short for gangster. Okay. So gangster things. So could it be, well, so I'm not going to say what activity he might indulge in, but what I'm going to say is a person that takes no crap, has got a lot of people that want to do things for them.
Yeah. And
whatever venture he's into is lucrative.
Yeah.
And I would say that it definitely errs on the other side of the law. I'd say that was, well, he can take care of himself, but then he doesn't have to physically be able to take care of himself. His army can do that. Yeah. But that would be a G, like, for me, like.
Okay. It's just, do you know when you're watching stuff and he's like, oh, that's what makes you a top G? I'm like, what is this?
Oh, when Andrew Tate says that?
You've got Andrew Tate and then people online copying him. Yeah. Because obviously Andrew got a lot of
teens and you know, do you know what? He's got teens to 50s.
It's a lot of like internet people like responding to it. And he's like, that's what makes you a G. And I'm sat there going, what is a G? I don't understand the ideology behind it. Because, like you said, the things that he does talk about and describes, to me, that's illegal. That's not.
Yes and no.
It's some things.
Yeah, but I think a lot of it also has been blown out of context as well. Because, say, for example, there's his chatting thing. He had, like, before he was really, really rich and all that, he had some kind of call centre for girls, call girls, This wasn't illegal. Other people had it at the time.
Yeah. He
talks about how sometimes he'd kick the girl off because she was crap, and then he'd get on pretending to be the girl, and he'd be fleecing mans for the money. This is not illegal. Other people are doing it as well.
Yeah.
Not Instagram. OnlyFans have even got facilities where people are talking and AI or someone else is talking to you on behalf of the girls.
Yeah.
But the reason why OnlyFans exists in that department is for the personal relationship that you have that you don't get through the streaming porn.
Yeah.
So that's in stark contrast to what their philosophy should be. So he wasn't doing anything actually illegal or nothing like that. Like, but I think he's had a bad rap. But at the same time, I do think that he has done a few bad things. But at the same time, people can change. Don't hold me accountable for what I did 15 years ago.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Okay, you're laughing because I said the woman who
don't
slept with all of these women,
I just
with all
don't
these guys.
agree with all of the points that he makes, and especially
Okay, good.
regarding women. It's disrespectful.
Like what?
So I saw one, and it links into the OnlyFans thing. If a woman started an OnlyFans, a man makes the majority of her money because that's his property. Completely disagree with that. And not a single person, man or woman, belongs to anybody else.
I think that
Because the thing
it depends on what religion.
Okay, and then it was an interview that he did.
Yeah.
It got flipped around and he said, a male porn star goes on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Does the woman get money? No. So it's only the ideology of a woman is an object to a man.
Yeah.
Which I absolutely disagree with. It's disgusting. No person, man or woman, should be an object.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Well, I'm definitely feeling you on that, like, because it wasn't like 200 plus years ago that black folks were objects. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I understand that completely. I think the smart answer is nobody does porn. I think they should ban it.
Yeah, nobody should.
I think they should completely ban it. If they completely ban porn, I had someone saying something crazy the other day, again on social media. Oh, if you ban porn, men will won't be able to have releases, and you've got like these people who they call incels, involuntary celibate people, who sit there and do whatever they're doing to porn. If there's no porn, then they would have all this pent up energy to release, and they won't be able to do it, and they'll just be like men taken to the streets. Stop it.
I hate porn. It's absolutely disgusting because it puts in mainly men, young men's minds, what
idea of what a woman's supposed to do and perform and everything else.
And it's completely different. And also it makes men think that they know what they're doing during sex, which they a lot of times don't. It's different per woman.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. You have to. That's part of the journey as well.
Yeah.
Getting to know that woman, but sometimes you don't get an opportunity, do you?
I'll agree with you there. We should ban porn.
Yeah, completely.
Yeah.
Completely. Okay, what else we got?
Men, there are 5 dangerous women you must avoid. I shall explain. Number 1. A woman surrounded by many men whom she calls her friends. She's a cheat and a pathological liar. Those men are your replacement. Avoid her. Number 2. A woman who wants you for your money and brings you no value. She's a financial vampire and parasite. She'll ruin you. Avoid her. Number 3. A woman who doesn't take instructions, correction and directions from you. She is an arrogant bastard. She will ruin you. Avoid her. Number 4. An angry, bitter, unhappy woman who gives you no peace. Avoid her. Number 5. A woman who constantly disrespects you. She doesn't belong in your life. Walk away from her. If you're not following me, you might not see me again. But if you are, congratulations. You're growing every day.
Fire! Wow.
Well, women you should avoid. That's most women then at that point. I think that's most women at that point.
Yeah, it is. But you know what? I don't objectify women, right? And I told you last time, didn't I, that previously back in the day, I'll throw my hands up. I'm not going to turn around and say, I've got the most perfect philosophy. Y'all should follow me. I'm not going to say that. I made mistakes and I was a simp. Yeah. But, so I'm not going to turn around and say, like, accept everything that they're doing. Yeah. For example, this thing about the friends. I know that you've got men friends that you've referred to.
A fair few male friends,
Okay. Well, I did say on the podcast that you were quite the exception with a lot of your beliefs and philosophies and behaviour and experiences. So when I talk about this, I'm talking generally. I'm not going to talk about specifically you.
Okay.
In my experience, when a woman cheats, it's always with a male friend. In my experience, a lot of these women's male friends are someone that they're cheating with and have said, oh no, he's just a friend. In workplace. If you work with somebody and you go to the shop and you see that person you can say hi. Yeah, how's things? Oh, good. Yeah, brilliant. See you in work on Monday. Bye. And you get off.
Yeah.
That kind of friendship's fine.
Yeah.
But from the time you send a message to someone in the evening, sitting in the warm coziness of their own home, and you say, how you doing? Or, sorry, I'll say it like the way he means it. Hi, how you doing? Mm-hmm. No.
No. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you know something else? A woman that has a lot of friends,
Yeah.
okay, let's just call it 10. Do you know what happens if that woman calls up any one of those friends and says, look, I've been thinking about you and I want you. Mm-hmm. What do you think that guy's probably going to say?
Go for it. Oh, yeah.
So are they really friends? Or are they just hanging around waiting because they lack the drive and confidence to go for it? They lack the resources. Are they hanging around waiting for you to have that one glass of Lambrini too much to trip and fall? You know?
I don't know it from a point of view of like the male, but a lot of the male friends that I've had, there will obviously, or I've lost friends because of it, because they would be like waiting for you to break up, and you're like, okay,
not even to break up. Half of these guys these days, because half of these guys these days haven't even had sex in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
So they really want it. So it's not even a case of waiting for you to break up. A lot of these guys are just waiting for you to say, okay, let's do it. Mm-hmm. Waiting for the opportunity.
So, on the other side of it, from my like personal experience with it, I had male friend, and I always told him, call me if you need me. And there was one time he was a little bit upset, and he called me. I was in a relationship at this point, not with my current husband, because he would never do this to me. But I was on the phone, and a lot of people could tell it was quite a serious conversation. My friend was a little bit depressed.
Yeah,
and he was a little bit sad, and just need somebody to talk to.
Yeah.
And I always said, ring me, I'm available. And I was at college at the time, and I was on the phone, and everybody else left me alone because they could tell the tone of the conversation. My ex came up to me, tried to like grab the phone off me. Who are you talking to? I'm like, I'm talking to my friend, can you leave me alone? I'm like, and I'm really sorry, continue, what was you saying? And he continued to pester, and he stood by me trying to listen. I'm like, this is a private conversation, do you mind? Who are you talking to? I'm talking to a friend. Well, is it male or female? It doesn't matter, my friend needs me. I need to talk to my friend. And he was so annoyed that I put a friend before him. And then when he found out it was male, it caused so many issues. And it was, what did you talk about? Tell me the contents of the conversation, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, he was upset and he needed a friend. Something had happened in his family life, which I'm not going to share with you because it's not my business to share.
Do you know something? I'm going to go ahead and say that guy was right.
Really?
Yeah, but the way he went about it was wrong.
Okay.
The way he went about it was wrong totally. But I think that he should be concerned that you're talking to a male friend on the phone. And from before he knew what it was about.
Yeah.
If you can think about the situation, if you're talking to him and it's about something quite serious, what the hell what's happened for them to be really this serious?
Yeah.
So his head's starting to think, is something happened here or whatever else?
Okay.
And I think that it's in a man's best interest to keep his significant other away from male friends. An example, I live in an apartment complex, 10 stories, 7 apartments in each. Each one of them is populated by a single woman and a kid, maybe someone who've got 3. And I live on the 11th in the penthouse, yeah? Same situation, same apartment, 10, 7, but it's populated by families.
Okay.
Do you think the probability of me sleeping with a neighbour increases in scenario 1 or scenario 2?
1, because they're all just... They are single.
Exactly. So what it is, it's not a thing of you're going to cheat with your male friends. You're going to cheat if you do that. It's lessening the probability. And a lot of people turn around and say, "Oh, it's a man's insecurity." It's not.
Would you not say that he was a little bit insecure though?
If he was insecure, he wouldn't say anything because he's afraid that you're going to flip out and sack him off and lose him. If he's secure, he will tell you no matter what you think.
Okay.
That for example, my ex did something out of order with a guy, if I was insecure, I would sit there and say nothing and hope it would go away, or even slightly go around the subject a little bit, but never attack her head on, because I'm scared that she might turn around and say, oh, you know what, you're insecure and blah, 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 gaslight me, and then go. Maybe that's the opportunity she's waiting for. A secure person will turn around regardless of what you're going to say and say, look, you did this, this is out of my boundaries, do you know what I mean? I don't want you to do this. I wouldn't do this to you. Can you respect me and please stop, or whatever? And if you turn around and go, okay, go. If you turn around and go, I'll modify my behaviour, that's a secure person. But what he did going about you was wrong, because he should have exercised a modicum of trust. If you're together, you should have exercised a bit of trust as well.
That was the
and the
frustrating
hanging around
part
of
to
you
me.
is a little bit like, whoa.
That was the frustrating part to me, was there was no trust.
Yeah.
He was already aware of this friend anyway when we first got together.
Oh, okay.
But
no, that's good. That's good in your case. That's good.
I'm always quite open and honest about everything.
Yeah.
So I was always quite open and honest, like, look, I've got this friend, blah, blah, blah. But it's because he didn't know who I was talking to.
Yeah, initially.
On the phone.
Yeah.
And he's going, who are you talking to?
Yeah.
I'll go, can you just leave me alone a minute? I'm just on I'm on a conversation. And then he'll like linger around and like trying to take the phone off. I'm like,
oh, no.
I'm like, no. I've said private conversation.
Yeah.
This is private. I will tell you after.
Yeah. Well, that's where I said he did wrong. He acted wrong, because he shouldn't be trying to take the phone off. Just the fact that he was hanging around with you, that was one thing. So he doesn't need to take the phone off you, because he can hear. I mean, you're not stupid. If we're dating now and a woman phones me up from work, my speech is free. I talk about this, that, and the
I'm
other.
sat there on my phone, but I'm listening.
Right. But if a woman calls me that I'm having something with, even more so for you, because you're a woman, you can feel that. You can analyse my speech patterns, the volumes, the tone of voice, and you know quite well I'm misdirecting you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to hide something from you. You'll pick that up. Yeah. So he doesn't need to take the phone off you at all.
No.
That crosses the line.
Yeah.
But if I was in that situation and I was you, I know that this girl who I'm talking to is in a bit of a pickle. I know this. And I know it's her problem, and I've got no right to talk to anyone about it.
Yeah.
But what I would do, if I knew that my girlfriend was getting paranoid or whatever, then I'd put it on loudspeaker and say, sorry, I'm going to have to put you on loudspeaker because I'm just blah, blah, blah.
I would not do that. I would not do that, because at that time, I think we'd only been dating like a few months. I had more respect for my friends. And not that I didn't have any respect for him, but I'd known my friends longer. I know they...
So what was the purpose of dating this guy? Were you dating him as let's see if you're a potential lifelong mate?
Yes. It was.
But you had more respect for your friends?
I did, because my friends had, at that time, we'd been dating for a few months, and I'll be honest, I lost respect for him because of just little things about the way he acted, and you do lose respect for people.
Yeah, okay, so the dating process, okay, let's see if you're a viable mate, and it's starting to go down because he's failing all of these things.
Yeah, but
okay, I understand
my downfall was he would do things like trying to take my phone off me, or just not listening.
Yeah.
And it would dip, but then I would go, I'll give him another chance. You know, maybe it was a one-off kind of thing. Or the thing that I used to say a lot, we were from different backgrounds, so he was from a very... well looked after family, and mum, dad, sister, that nuclear kind of family. I didn't have that, so I was like, maybe it's a miscommunication in the way that we were brought up, because I was brought up very differently.
Yes.
So I always kind of went to that place of, maybe we're not on the same wavelength, I'll give him another chance, maybe I'll sit and talk. But every time I tried to sit and talk, redirect from him to something completely different.
You mean when you want to get into his inner feelings and emotions, he wouldn't talk about it?
More my feelings. When I wanted to talk about my feelings with him, about, this thing that happened today, I'm not too happy about it. Can we talk about it? Oh, not right now, sorry. Oh, but how are you? And I'm like, yeah, fine, whatever. Conversation's over, sorry.
Right.
And the main reason that we broke up is because he was going around talking to people about my sex life, which he knew nothing about.
No.
Because we were not intimate at all. But he was going around telling people I was a virgin, I'd never done anything in my life. And I'm like, and I messaged him about it. I'd already been approached about it because a friend came up to me and told me, do you know this person's going around telling people about your non-existent sex life? And I'm like, he knows nothing about it because he's never asked me.
Wow, okay.
Final straw. Gone.
Yeah.
I'm like, do not talk to people about my sex life, which you know nothing about.
Yeah.
Like, you're going around telling people I'm a virgin. I said, factually, incorrect.
Yeah.
I said, you've never asked me. I said, so why are you having that conversation with other people?
Yeah.
He's like, well, they asked me. I went, well, say, I don't know.
Wow. Right, a woman who doesn't take instructions and directions from you, does that come across as disrespectful to you?
Yeah.
Okay, so can you define the word instruction for me?
Sort of similar to a command. So, like,
Nope.
for example, no? Would you not say
An instruction is a
something that you have to
step-by-step,
follow?
a step-by-step method of doing something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not so much a command. It's like it can even be a good thing. How do you make tea? Okay, I'll get the instruction manual. This is a step-by-step of guiding you how to make tea. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it says it won't take instructions or what was the last one?
Instructions and directions.
Okay, directions. The definition of a word direction. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Can you define that for me?
Like a way to go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, a way to go.
Simplest form, yeah.
Yeah. So none of the above is aggressive or bad in any kind of way.
No, but my argument for it is, why should only the woman have to take instruction and direction, and why does that make her an arrogant bastard?
Well,
if she's not?
It wasn't stipulated that you do or do not take from here.
Yeah,
But
because it
let's
says
say-
obviously she's arrogant, avoid her if she's not taking this from
Exactly.
you. But surely, double standard is exactly the same the other way around.
True, but then it specifically said if she, so we're talking about her, we
Yeah.
have no idea of what his philosophy is about men. But let's say in general, men are more hands-on.
Mm-hmm.
Men are more able to do this, that and the other. Whereas the woman usually takes the direction from the man.
Yeah.
Okay, when it comes to different stuff, like, for example, I don't mean to be like saying that she has menial tasks, but when it comes to something like cleaning this or shopping or caring for the baby or doing something like that, a man can't give you really directions on how to do it because this is her nature, this is what she knows how to do way better.
Mm-hmm.
Same as if it's something in her field that she's an expert at, a man wouldn't suggest how to do that because what's the point? But specifically talking about that, it seems to be some kind of a problem, some kind of guttural hatred towards a man. If a man's going to give you instructions, directions, not orders,
Yeah.
why wouldn't you follow them? If I'm sitting there and my wife or girlfriend gave me instructions or directions how to do something, I obviously don't know how to do it or I'm doing something wrong, I'd follow them.
I think it depends on the situation, because I've had it before where a man has tried to give me that instruction or direction when I knew more on the subject than them,
Yeah, okay, yeah.
and I tried to go, no, I actually know. It was a other job I did,
Yeah.
and I had the most knowledge on it, and because it was a male-run environment, they refused to believe me. They went, get
Yeah,
somebody
yeah.
who knows more
Yeah.
information on. I am that somebody. I understand. And he was telling me what to do.
Yeah.
He was like, go speak to this person, go speak to this person. I'm like, no, it's me. I am the person. I'm telling you
Yeah.
this information here. And he just refused to believe it.